Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. As Prince Harry prepares to return to the United Kingdom in May for his charity work with the Invictus Games, a source has revealed that his top priority upon arrival will be to visit his father, King Charles, who was recently diagnosed with cancer. The Duke of Sussex is said to be determined to repair their bond and spend as much quality time as possible with his father during his stay. An insider exclusively told the Mirror, Harry's first priority when he comes to England is to see his sick dad. He is pretty focused on this. It will be his first port of call when he comes off the plane to try and spend as much time with King Charles so they can build bridges and enjoy each other's company like before. Harry knows it will be awkward, but it's a time to put pride and differences to one side. He is coming over for his charity work, which is so important to him, so he will juggle his schedule accordingly, but seeing his dad will come first. He wants the family to get back to the way they were and is going to be making extra effort with his brother Will's too, as difficult as it may be. Now, more than ever, with Kate's cancer diagnosis too, Harry wants them to know he is there for them. The very chatty royal expert Tom Quinn says, there has been a shift here since Kate's illness. Harry and Meghan do feel they need to extend an olive branch, but Meghan's sense of grievance is still preventing anything really meaningful happening. Harry would like a reconciliation, but supports his wife completely, and until she feels that the royal family have been sufficiently nice to her and grovelingly apologised for the past, it's not going to happen. There is no way Meghan would bring the children to the UK. William and Kate have suggested that Meghan and Harry bring the children and that the two couples and their families try to make up, but the suggestion is not leading anywhere so far. Royal insider Deep Crown tells us William is simply done with all this incessant drama. As much as the late Queen loved Prince Harry, it is William who truly shares his grandmother's unwavering mindset that the monarchy must be protected. Prince William recognises that the institution of the monarchy is far greater than any individual family member, and he is steadfast in his commitment to ensuring its longevity and stability. It is a burden he bears with the utmost seriousness and dedication, just as his grandmother did before him. Deep Crown also expresses a sense of sadness at the current state of the brothers' relationship, noting, it is truly a shame, for one cannot help but think that their late mother, Princess Diana, would be so utterly disappointed to see her two boys, once so close, now so distant from one another. Royal author Angela Levin thinks it's best of Meghan to stay away from Invictus as to avoid stealing Harry's spotlight. Levin told GB in America, she comes over, she does a speech, she does a second speech, she leads people down the paths and the winners, and they say she knows nothing about fighting and going in wars. It was Harry's job, and I think they feel quite sorry for him. I don't think Harry's got anything to look forward to. If this happens in the UK, it's going to be very, very difficult for the royal family. I think it's an extraordinary attitude that Meghan has. She thinks she's better than everyone. She thinks of herself as globally famous. Royal commentator Esther Krauk told GB News, I actually think she's avoiding the UK because she's not interested in the whole drama and kind of being injected. Is she going to talk to Kate and all of that? I personally think she's not going to come because obviously Harry has lost his case with the Home Office and he said he doesn't feel safe bringing his family over to the UK. And I also think this is going to be a time where distance between the Sussexes and the royal family will be calcified because the focus will obviously be on the Princess of Wales and the King recovering. They don't need the whole Netflix drama. According to Tom Quinn, Prince Harry is expected to decline the invitation to attend the upcoming wedding of his close friend. Quinn told the Mirror, William will attend the wedding of Hugh Grosvenor, the 7th Duke of Westminster. He can hardly avoid it as Hugh is Prince George's godfather. He then noted that Harry declined on the grounds that it would just be too awkward. Quinn also suggested that there are other reasons behind Prince Harry's decision, adding, Harry knows he can't attend without Meghan, and Meghan has absolutely insisted she won't be there. Initially, it was reported that the Sussexes were not invited to the wedding. However, it later emerged that they had received a save-the-date card but decided not to accept the invitation due to the potential awkwardness of the situation. A source told Page 6, Harry actually got a save-the-date card a few months ago but called Hugh and said it would be too awkward if he and Meghan Markle attended, so he made his apologies and Hugh understood. Palace Intrigue will be right back. Meanwhile, something's rotten in Denmark. Tatler's headline, Queen Mary steps out solo in Copenhagen as cracks reappear in the Danish royal family, months after the notorious photos of King Frederic's Madrid night out. You may recall that earlier this year, Queen Mary was the top royal story before Kate Gate took over the headlines. Tatler reports Queen Mary recently made a solo appearance at the Freedom Museum in Copenhagen to mark the 75th anniversary of the establishment of the National Guard. The appearance comes amidst rumours that the mother of four may have dropped out of a family trip away from King Frederick. The Danish royal family often travels for Easter, with the palace informing the media last week that Queen Margrethe would be acting as head of state while the entire family was out of the country. However, the flag over their mansion in Amalienborg Castle remained raised throughout the Easter weekend, suggesting that at least one of the family members, either King Frederick, Queen Mary, or their son, Crown Prince Christian, remained in residence. Queen Mary and King Frederick were last seen together in public on March 21st, when they visited the Frederick X King of Tomorrow exhibition at the Amalienborg Museum, celebrating the monarch's recent accession to the throne. Despite the joyful occasion, the past few months have been challenging for the royal couple following tabloid speculation about a possible affair between Mexican socialite Genovesa Casanova and King Frederick. Casanova, a model, charity activist, and former reality TV star, was pictured on a late night out with King Frederick in Madrid at the end of last year, sparking rumours and media attention. The images were explained by Hola as Frederick and Casanova attending an exhibition together after a mutual friend pulled out. Following the publication of the pictures in the Spanish magazine Lecturas, Casanova disappeared from social media only to make a tentative return in recent weeks. It has also emerged that King Frederick returned to Spain for a private trip earlier this year, with Hola suggesting that the king was last in Madrid just 3 weeks ago. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalacintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or your app of choice. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.